Good evening and welcome to the evening news in English. This is Albanian Television and I'm MENKSHI. In the headlines today, preparations for the new electoral code have reopened political dialogue for finding a solution. The second gallery of Kalimashi Tunnel, one of the biggest sections of Reshen-Kalimash Highway, has been opened today. According to the National Registration Center, the number of new businesses registering in Albania is growing every year. We will update the stories in a moment, but first, today the Albanian Prime Minister Sali Berisha received the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Titov, and they held discussions on cooperation between the two countries, Albania and Russia, on both political and economic level. The following report brings details about this meeting.
The Prime Minister considered the visit of the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation as important in bringing a new contribution to enhance relations and cooperation between the two countries. The main topic of discussion was about increasing cooperation on political and economic levels between the two countries.
The second gallery of the Kalimashi Tunnel, one of the biggest sections of Reshen-Kalimash Highway that Bechtel-Enka joint venture is constructing in Albania, has been opened with a ceremony with the attendance of the Minister of Transport, Sokol Oldashi, and his counterpart from Kosovo, Fatmir Limaj.
In the ceremony for the opening of the second gallery of the Kalimashi Tunnel, one of the biggest sections of the Reshen-Kalimash motorway, were the Albanian Minister of Transport, Sokol Oldashi, and his counterpart from Kosovo, Fatmir Limaj, and also the Albanian Minister of Interior, Lulzim Basha, and other members of the Albanian Parliament. Participants said that the conclusion of the tunnel was the end of geopolitical isolation and brought a new perspective for all Albanians. The tunnel is 6 kilometres in length and is located on the 57th kilometre of the motorway, which has been operating since May 2010, and decreases the travel time from Albania to Kosovo from 6 to 2.5 hours.
Dynamism in the field of ownership has been demonstrated by the businesses' data given by the National Registration Center, with results showing positive trends compared to previous years. Albania has begun to be among some of the leading countries where doing business is a success.
According to the National Registration Centre, the data for registration of businesses during the first 9 months of this year is positive compared to the same period of last year. The director of the NRC, Tom Kohler, said that the number of new businesses registering in Albania is growing every year.
A conference about democracy has been held today in Tirana. The following report brings details about the conference and the theme of it. Let's see it.
The conference on the democratic state of Albania stated that a difficult interior democracy, but a strong influence for stability in the region, is now the constant conclusion for Albania. Evaluating alternatives for what Albania has achieved and for what it might have achieved if things were different were also part of discussions, together with the reality that nowadays it is accepted as a democratic country, having passed through a general economic and social transformation.
And finally, some news from the education sector. A new form has been created for those who have not managed to take up a place in university and would like to find a way of continuing their higher education. A deadline for the completing of the application, it is 27th of October 2010. Details follow.
Candidates for students that have not won the right to study in universities will now have another chance to enter the university system. Ndriqim Mehmeti, expert at the Ministry of Education, says that APRIAL has prepared a new A3 form and has set new rules for those who can benefit. Mehmeti adds that recent findings have shown that there are spare places at the Natural Sciences, Agricultural University, some spare places at the Polytechnic faculty, the University of Elbasan and others.
That was all our reporting for this edition of the Evening News. To all of you watching us here on Albanian Television, thanks for your attention. Have a pleasant evening and a great weekend.